How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dhalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. What subject shall we consider today? The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
It seems the hideaway is lost.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Kashik out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
How are you doing?
Quick look.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the phone.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of life.
Four left for more on the captain's orders. Only two came back.
I can't do it.
My lord. My lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
A Kashik.
And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went...
Then we'll look for her there.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital. What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we...
What we have left is our lives!
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the cap. I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did.
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood, and a pack of them glowing things found me.
Leave that to her.
My family? They're still in the capital.
I'm sorry. It's all right. Give me your arm.
Did you see the creatures that attacked?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when...
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for Moor. Clive, look!
I see them. With me!
Muhammad!
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
slow.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the tasks. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a sultan, the people I love.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I...
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha, it's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them...
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. Let the men know you've come to help.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introduction.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the...
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned. And
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all!
We'll worry about them.
You look after everyone here. If any can still...
I will. You...
My brothers. Are they... Shh, don't try.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many.
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty. Well done, Torgal.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity
You've never been one to shy away from...
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job?
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured...
Don't you worry about...
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to...
What are you after? Thanks very much. Much obliged. Fare thee well.
My brothers. Are they...
Just packed me up as...
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? Do you see any more?
No.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we...
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable.
What do you say, Martha?
Well, when you put it like...
My lord, there's someone I'd like you... Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your... I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch?
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew. Well, go on, then. Yes, so... If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take... I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're... It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any... I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You, or my uncle. We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men escort Oscar to Benimir once he's said his farewells.
What are you after? Thanks very much. Take care out there, eh?
Sid. Oh, your new companion appears... Should I be worried?
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little...
Any idea where they...
The desert's a big place. But the fact is...
What did you say to me?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about... And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll...
That's enough. Any more of this and I'll throw you out. Come back when you're ready to talk.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid.
I was about to ask you the...
Costness is in chaos. And the markets have all but ceased. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if...
Who are those?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. These are cursed skies. Or an entire...
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so.
So? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry but have left to smolder. That anger.
My thoughts exact. Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided...
And if there's one thing bandits like...
What would Sid the Outlaws?
Well... he'd let them choose for themselves.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But... while it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance, it may still be possible to make... Before presenting...
And that would be...
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed.
It appears we have a plan of... Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince...
As you wish.
Your face is Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane? Come.
A pleasure, man.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses? There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad? Are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would... I mean, it may still be possible to buy some.
Ah, hear it, Natalie. Allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of...
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how...
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest will...
Indeed, certainly that the nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine. Driving, it is only a matter of time before the peasants...
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little... And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, which means that now, more than ever, if our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to...
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this.
Thank you, Clive.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news. Both Conrad and Natalie have, with time,
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was...
I take it your scouts found...
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they all have...
You're not sick.
They don't just want food, they want the...
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the south and one from the desert.
Very well. Jill and I...
The rest, my friend, the city stakes I concede are high. But if this does not...
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied.
I thought you...
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do this.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Stay down! Finished.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there.
Without you, there would have... You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved up.
Conrad seems to have had a check.
I'd say they both...
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us.
The plan, granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you...
I'll take that as a compliment. Our friends seem to have things under control.
lie, Ambrosia. Let's go. Yeah!
Don't get surrounded.
Forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing. So empty your pockets.
We're ready. Nice try.
Let's have some fun!
A deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
A youth claiming kindred with your old commander arrived earlier this morning. Well spoken he was. And handsome too. More than a few of the girls boys have taken an interest.
Back again? Allow me to educate you. One must understand one's place in the world. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Ah, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
ain't the finder.
Anything catch your eye? There you go. Thanks very much. Much obliged. Fare thee well.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Dark in our shores again. But not for long.
Come on. Run like the wind.
No more vengeance.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at...
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of them?
Let's see. The nations are still in chaos, and the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, now's not the time. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him. before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua.
Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
It's all Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The City Guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Seems the hideaway is...
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight and short. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had none, which almost certainly means they...
Perhaps a visit from...
I don't like they were in the...
Oh, that blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody...
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you...
I've never been... So,
A fried mortress of sky recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Only, turns out...
Yvonne said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Wow. That's a kindly old fella who haunts the
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can...
You do that. Lest we...
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary... The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we should...
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern. Their ground livers being the paste from which...
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color...
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by they. I may add that people once...
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, Clive, and do say...
Is a storm coming soon?
It seems the hideaway is lost.
What am I gonna...
Is everything all right? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble.
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a cut. She'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go it. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give yacht.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh,
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly as foul as the...
You're doing good trade.
Carker, what exact... Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are...
Just asking. All right.
Oh, are you?
I didn't exactly... All I know is that someone in Dalamil...
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned... But that woman is no more! And
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt.
No. I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing you...
Of course. Good. I spoke with that the rumors were unfounded, along with some other things. And while it sounds like she may have done things...
Oh, I knew Nan wasn't... But why would people say...
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, that trader, he said they were all talk, so that's where I'm going. Alf?
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's...
Oh, but that's why you'll be coming...
Rutherford. Where would he be in Martha's room?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own.
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol?
Why? Because that's the only way to become a...
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see how something worked.
Well, then your work is already half...
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom.
You three need to learn to take response. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eye. All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what you already know. One of the pieces. The body. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is?
You're right. It looks more...
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to...
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. You're... These round parts are called the...
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchen. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh goots? I don't think it...
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate...
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's so. Let's put the pieces together first, see what...
Not a bad idea. So, now that we've taken stock...
I think we've got...
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes what.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. And then the arm...
Very good. Ah.
Yes!
Well, listen...
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers.
That's right. We're Miss...
Her hair.
Yeah. Hair's for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that?
Until then, though... Dude...
Hey, look!
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
see that? Tell me you saw that.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. As mighty, although I was the one who ended up...
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children are...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending...
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board. To anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, but that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope.
Which explains her ed. She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that. And
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Kandor was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps? Oh, no need to say if you'd rather not. You'll have our reasons.
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swamped my own. There's a village not far from here. We could...
I'll go.
Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll...
Good. I got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers-in-arms told me what happened.
Another survivor?
His wounds were...
He was right to send you. Those things. Tabor is safe, thanks to you. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused.
Wait.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there, in Cosnis, when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith, when you killed my commander!
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it.
My oath!
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you...
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw.
Man.
I am nothing like you. Just know that I will...
You will regret not killing me when you had a chance, Sid. I will avenge you.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Here, take a look at my wares. Of course. Come again.
Feel like I've fleshed 100 skins today.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yotei has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yotei. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yotei and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloeda Knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The King! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. that you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Omielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a...
Figuratively,
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade. That Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity.
How do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
All right.
Of course you will. When one lives in such troubled times, it is a leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Cor... I eagerly await your safe, and above all,
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then?
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. The answers I seek lying just... Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs?
Climb the stairs.
And memorize a few some courteous soul is rumored to have carved... three of them, to be precise. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light. Named...
I can't promise I'll remember everything.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest. Make for the...
How are those new boots treating you?
That Cyril fella's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like him always are, aren't they?
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
Nor do I. So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalaman.
Not a scratch on them.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder? Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals cracks.
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen them for myself. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of... let's start with the...
Guardians of the Crystal. The first stones of Tabor. I'm pretty...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city... But whatever could have driven the Guardians, so the engraving...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains. Lay your roots in stone. Or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor. Its guardian roots could... This is proving most enlightening. Now, for...
Children of the Hunters. Now tillers of... That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to 3 engravings. 1 for each Guardians of the Mother Crystal. Wanderers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through... Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not better known among scholars, given that...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many...
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough as boiled bone. Let's go. Faster! Time to fight.
Caution, brother.
Thanks, Cal.
Stay down!
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Too slow. Nice try. thing reeks.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strap bunch.
Could be I know something more.
Clive! I found someone who says he's a...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Cap. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged. And who will they... Why, the good Reaper.
And you've seen this Reaper?
Aye, you'll find her right here plying...
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're not the patient type, but it'd be a bolder man than me. Feeling bold, traveler? Now, if that's all, I have places to...
Sorry to have...
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death? Boys?
Leave now, and we could pretend this didn't happen.
Farewell.
Go on.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his... He only wanted that bull of a manservant. You weren't even supposed to...
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to... I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. Then you turned... Well... Go on.
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goots.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling and stop spreading them horrible...
For they are not lies. Every last word is...
Goot.
He's gonna kill... He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined that loathsome harpy's very existence as a... Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now.
No.
No.
I don't care what she did. Promise me you... Or I'll...
Goots.
Enough!
Karen. But how did you...
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Well, the whole thing got me thinking. Who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shitter ran off, though it was just... I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same... What was it we called you?
You. Everything that... It was all... And now you'll finally pay for...
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It ain't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all,
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little, so I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his client, but he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all me at, but...
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the Wet Legs... Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway.
Remind me never to cross you.
Here's your hut.
I worried you might never... Oh, as supple as a maiden's. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must join me as my honored partner. With my means...
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a... Do not allow me to keep you from being about you.
My lord, Marquis, is that... It is you. I am Sebastian...
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm, and what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, the gears of governance have ground to a halt. The realm threatens to drift. Your lord, uncle, however...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of...
Alas.
I have lost... They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that...
So you want me to find... I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I...
Nothing like a dish of coke.
I didn't mean to. I just thought I had to
Aye, well, someone had to. You reckon the both of us would be worse off if you've always been me right, and I'd have you stay that way.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again.
Why, you fine.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? All yours. All done?
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You needn't fret. The creatures have been...
You heard the herald?
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. Too slow. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
So, did you have that word with Tomes then? And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback wyvern.
Ah, now then, let's hope these grand old chefs of yore...
Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for...
And rightly so. He's...
So, not fit for consumption then?
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right.
Decent. It's Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen...
I'll give it some... It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master. If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their...
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for...
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one. I arrived in Danimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. Only to be stopped again by those soldiers...
What of the Fist's Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but them.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan. You won't mind if I...
Not at all. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with, they've already written.
I'm not. I'm looking.
Then you found it. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like... It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it...
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their... You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue your investment, you first need to seek the attention of...
I shall return to Northreach right away, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still...
The rest's location affords a constant... Speaking of which, I received word...
I only happen to be in the right. They both seem to think the realm's prosper.
I am afraid that Grim Storm is in crisis. And if we are to free her, we must work.
As it is mine. Not here. No use calling Ambrosia now.
3 cities under siege. Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
Clive.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems they're back now. I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep, but we ain't got nowhere for him to bed down. I'd build him a new barrack, but where would I put him? Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people...
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from... But there's only so many we can shelter. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space.
What we need is a new, and that's what I was hoping you might help me with.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened, and if any of us could have done anything to stop it, but what's done is done. And those who lived there...
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good view. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a... Nasty bastards they are too. Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full. But now we've got a few more Guardians of the Flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories.
And I know the men will glad... I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win, and I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first.